Tony, the experience curator here at Sojo's Treasures. And so we are here for our third installment of Between the Lines. And today I'm joined by a very special guest. Now on the flyer, there were three of us on the flyer. So we'll get to this young lady in just a minute. But we also had Miss Shauna Hubbard Morton on the flyer as well, the nail pro, Miss Shauna. But right before we got ready to record, she texted me and said she was not feeling well. So Shauna, hi. We hope you're feeling better by the time you see this. We do miss you. We have to get you here at another date. But Nadeja, who I don't know her as Nadeja, is here. Nadeja Watts, but I know her as Deja Nailz. And Deja is a, well, we'll get to what I call these type of people. But I've known Deja. She's been my pedicurist for a couple of years now, and so apparently it must be a good connection. I keep going back. So thank you, Deja, for being who you are.
You're welcome.
And so I met you through my daughter, but then I also learned that you work with Miss Shauna.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you know Miss Shauna? How did you meet her?
Well, I first met Miss Shauna, I want to say it was probably 2021, maybe 22. I was looking for a pedicure chair to purchase. I was working out of my house, had a whole little room set up, and I was going to purchase a chair from her. And she was like, "Oh, you do nails? Would you want to come work in my shop?" And I was like, because I was very shy. I was very shy then, y'all. And I was like, "Oh, I don't know, I'm gonna think about it." She was like, "Well, you think about it and you let me know." And that's how we first met.
Okay.
And then after I got out of school, I just kind of got back in contact with her.
Okay. She's the sweetest person. I've known her, I guess it's going on 28 years. Her mom was my first babysitter.
Okay.
And so my oldest two went there for a long time, and so the youngest ones, they went a few times, but just the sweetest people. And then I met Shauna and, found out all the things that she does. So, and you and Shauna are what I call multi-dimensional people. And so I know with Miss Shauna, we know her as a nail pro. She's a retailer. She's a travel person. She's a mentor. She's a coach. She does so many different things. And then, and of course, in me knowing you and talking to you, I found out that you are multidimensional too. So I know you for nails, but you do so many other things. So what all do you do?
So all I do is, I'm a cosmetologist actually. People, like she said, I'm known for nails, but I do nails, waxing, and locks. As far as nails, I do everything nails. That's what I tell people. And what's included in that umbrella of everything, I offer gel nails, poly gel or builder gel, regular acrylic nails. I specialize in acrylic first. 7 years in with acrylic, so I know everything front, back, side with acrylic. Pedicures, everything, just everything nails, any type of nail art you can think of. Hand painted designs, encapsulated art. With waxing, I do full body waxing, meaning eyebrow, chin, lip. If you want a Brazilian, your underarms done, I literally, anything, anywhere you got hair that you don't want it, I will take it off. That's me. And then with locks, I only do retwist and starter locks as far as the hair side. So that's pretty much everything that I do.
And so these are like the more traditional locks that you do?
Yes, traditional locks. I don't offer anything with sister locks because I have to look more into that and do some research. Mm-hmm. I may just do like locks about like my hair.
Okay.
About this side, the regular traditional locks. Yeah.
Okay. And how long have you been locking your hair?
7 years as well. Really? I started my nail journey and my lock journey, not right at the same time, but a few months ago.
So the growth is all intertwined, it's all
yes. Yes.
So out of all those things that you do, which one is your favorite?
I would have to pick one.
Mm-hmm. If they said, if you went somewhere today and they said, okay, Dave, you can come in the building and you can work as much as you want, but you can only do one of those things, which one would it be?
It would have to be waxing right now. Because that's what I'm really getting into, and my love for that is growing into I feel a passion in a way. I was still do nails. No, I'm still gonna do nails. But it's like I love the wax. I don't know. It's gonna sound weird, but waxers, estheticians, y'all know where I'm coming from. When I put the wax on and I pull the hair off, it's like a different type of satisfaction that I get when it's like, oh my God, all that hair just came off. And I literally would tell my clients, girl, that was a good pull, look at the hair. And I'm showing them the strip, they're just like, okay. So, yeah.
Which I may need to do that. We talked about that in the last conversation. We talked about like when you see people and they have that one little twig of hair and how,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, do you feel the inclination to pull it, or does it bother you when you see unsightly hair on people when you see them out in public?
Yes, I'm like, they just need to let me wax it. And I also do it with nails too. If I see somebody's nails and it's like they're dirty and it's just like build up around the cuticle and stuff, I just be looking like they just need to let me do a manicure right quick, just a real quick cut, and then I just be like, okay, stop doing that, because it comes naturally now. I could be anywhere and I notice someone's hair, like on their head or facial hair, mainly with the eyebrows. That's the main thing I be looking at, and the nails and feet. I don't say anything to them, but it's like I notice something. I'm like, I just need to cut that. I just need to fix that. I can fix that on there right quick. And then I'm like, okay, stop. We're not here to service people. Like, I have to stop my mind from doing that.
I saw something on Facebook yesterday, and this lady, she had, she had small locks, and she said somebody came to her in the store and it's like, look, if you want a real loctician to do your hair, call me. And so she was like, okay, you know, she said, okay, is it because my hair doesn't look good today? And it's like, she said she probably would have entertained the lady had it not been in that spirit and tone, because she said she's always open to trying somebody new. But then it's like you are putting down something that you don't know about to promote your business and tell me to call you. But it's like, I don't know.
I was just saying, it sounds like the tone she may have said, because the stylist could have said it like in a way of, she probably was trying to give the vibe like, girl, you need to come to me because I can have it looking even better. But when she said it, it probably gave the lady a completely different vibe. So yes, you do have to be mindful, because I have to be mindful when people are coming to me and talking about the shops and stuff. I have to be mindful of my words, because it can be a miscommunication with how you say stuff. But yeah, you shouldn't have said it, because it had me like, wow, when you say it, I'm like, ooh, okay.
It's like, oh yeah. I don't want to have my sister locks. I would travel somewhere. So I was like, yeah, you know, tell her, you know, I can look rough. It's like, okay, I know I look rough. But it's like, okay. I guess when people offer, it makes you like, okay, is something like that wrong, or do they just want to provide a service?
Yes, because it'll make, I'm not gonna lie, because I've experienced it too, even out of the country. Mm-hmm. I've experienced like, you should let me do your hair. I'm cheaper than the States. Like, that's what she would say. And I'm just like, dang, do my hair really look that bad?
Right.
And it does make you kind of feel like, but at the same time, I've learned, don't worry about my hair and your hair be looking. Most times people who saying something to you about your hair, their hair be looking worse than yours. Mm. From my observations. Only my own. Yeah, I don't like when people tell other people with locks. And it's mainly people who are not locked that I notice do this. They like to tell us when we need to get our hair done. And it's like, that's not your business. I can go as long as I want without, to get my hair done.
I hope my hair grows out enough under this. That's a beauty. You know, I don't care about an umbrella unless it's just cold.
Same.
And we're competing with lawnmower. Hope y'all can still hear us.
Yes. That lawnmower, just to go.
But yeah, so people don't. I guess they don't think about what they're saying. And so just like you, I'm sure you probably have a more general approach when you see people and you say, okay, well, she could probably use my services. So what would be your pickup line? So if you saw a client, whether it's hair, face, nails, whatever, give us your best pickup line.
I see you got your nails done, girl. I do nails, and I can have them looking just a bit better than what they look now. Also, I see them designs. I can do those designs as well. Most times I will have something on my nails, but today I don't have anything on my nails to kind of compete with that. But girl, here's my card. Scan that QR code, and I'll see you soon.
Okay.
And then, okay. What's your name? And then it's like it kind of just goes from there. And then it starts with a facial expression. Usually when I say something, and it's like, oh, okay. And thank you. And it just literally just snowballs from there. And they're like, I'm happy I met you. So yeah.
That's good. And we all do have to learn how to promote ourselves better. I'm terrible at it. Because even with the thing this weekend, my daughter, she was like, I didn't know your event was going on. I said, well, I put it out there, but I probably didn't talk to you directly about it. I thought you just saw it. So I'm going to do better. So yeah, that's good. You go up to the person and you compliment them, but at the same time you inform them of, how it could be improved.
Yes, and then I usually tell them like, hey, you can also find like even though I give them my business card and say, hey, scan this QR code, go to my website. I also tell them if you want to see more of my work, go to my Facebook page because that's where I try to keep everything up to date and that's where I get the most traction.
Mhm.
So I'm like, you can see a bunch of different pictures there. It may like I just do plain nails, but no, girl, I do everything. You just keep scrolling, you'll see some Cardi B like nails because that's what clients call them, which
Mhm.
is the nails with just all the different rhinestones,
Right.
all the different designs and different colors. So yeah.
Okay. Okay, so nails. Okay, so I come to you mainly for pedicures. I can't do fingernails 'cause I do too much with my hands.
Yes.
But with nails, and I don't see how some people do it. They get those designs, they get the things that overlays. I don't know what all you call it. They get the emblems and all the little jewelry and stuff on the nails.
Mhm.
It doesn't seem practical to me. So, do you ever try to talk people out of doing all of that?
No, I actually try to get them to get it because it just makes the nail pop more.
Mm.
I can say it's crazy, but most people who get the long nails, in my experience, and as long as I've been doing nails, they have typing jobs or jobs where they're dealing with like paperwork, and I'm just like, girl, hi, well, Deja, I've been wearing my nails like this for years. So what I like to say is, long nails is a lifestyle. Those kind of nails, that's a lifestyle.
It
You have
has
to be
to be.
used to it because those girls, they different. They just different.
They're different.
So I actually talk clients into it because I just like the bedazzle and like making nails look different, not so plain. Nothing wrong with my plain girls who just like the color like what I have today. There's nothing wrong with that. It's very understandable. But I just kind of like to offer it just so people can kind of change up their style and stuff.
Mhm.
And usually when a client do it, it's like, I don't know, Deja. Then it kind of grows on and they're like, girl, do you know how many compliments I got? I think we're going to have to do like 4 fingers next time. You only did 2. And it's like, I'm like, okay, calm down. No, it's good though. Good. That means that's good. So yeah.
I'm trying to do better. I bought some aspen nails from Miss Shauna.
Okay.
Haven't put them on yet.
It's okay.
And I think the time you did the acrylics, they were beautiful. But
Uh-huh.
then, like you said, I started working, and then they were hanging on
yeah,
by
I think
thread,
your
and I was
garden or
out of
something
town, and it's
happened.
like, okay, don't do that anymore, Tony.
Yeah.
Just wait.
It's okay.
but it's and so like with the nails, if there's a beauty and glam element of it. But I know also had a conversation about how you have helped people with their health by looking at their nails.
Oh yes. Your nails can tell you if you're healthy or not. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's just bad things going on with your body, but maybe you could take more vitamins. You will have these little white lines that can kind of pop up in your nail. That usually indicates a vitamin deficiency.
Mm-hmm.
What vitamin? I do not know. I'm not a doctor. I am a nail tech. That's cosmetic. I say that because people also come to me for their feet and they think that I can fix everything in one pedicure, and they think I'm a doctor and can also tell them everything going on with their feet. I'm like, no. So, I'm sorry.
Just about like how you can look at nails and sometimes
with
like,
the nail health.
kinda
I'm sorry,
give
y'all.
them- I know you can't diagnose. Maybe you see something that's like maybe you need to get this checked out.
Yes, and also I have a medical background. Just a little bit.
Okay, multidimensional.
Yes, medical assistant. So not only with just looking at people's nails, I've had clients come to me and I look at them and their eyes are kind of yellowish, and I'm like, hey, you may be having some liver problems. I've actually said that to a client, or maybe it's your kidney. You might want to go to the doctor. And I feel like that's also helpful. Also with the nails, diabetics. I do work on diabetics because diabetics are scared as far as cutting.
Mm-hmm.
Cutting their nails, cut just anything around a nail or on their skin. They're like, they just don't cut me. Every diabetic that comes to me says that. And I'm like, I won't, because I grew up with a grandmother, and I hope I'm not drawing out my answer too long.
No, it's fine.
Okay, but my grandmother was a diabetic. I started cutting her nails from what I can remember, 6 years old. She would always say that every time. But she would tell me, I'm going to get you to cut my toenails because you don't cut me and you be careful. But I'm like, Grandma, you say that, but every time I start, you have me cut you. You say, don't cut me. Like I don't know. So now that I get diabetics, they will come say the same thing, and then I perform the service. They usually just want their nails cut, sometimes a pedicure, and I do that and shape their nails up. They're great with the service. I've had people also come to me, and I ask them like, hey, are you diabetic? I say that to say diabetics' feet come with a smell. Not all of them, some of them.
Mm.
It's just a certain distinct smell. That's another way you can kind of tell health from people. Because I had one lady come to me, her feet had that smell, and I asked her, I said, "Hey, are you diabetic?" Because I was doing a pedicure, and it's usually I can smell it like right as before I start soaking their feet, or like right after their feet has soaked a little bit, and they bring it out, and I'm like, I smell this smell.
Oh, wow.
And I said, "Hey, are you diabetic? I'm just asking, just be sure for my side." And she was just like, "No." And I was thinking to myself, she might want to get checked. And I had kind of went into it and told her, what I smelled. I was like, just to be on the safe side, there's other symptoms and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But just check with your doctor, because once again, I'm not a doctor.
Right.
So I say all that to say, those are some ways that you can kind of tell. Number one, the line in your nail, that indicates a vitamin deficiency. Also, your nails can also be thin and everything from medications. Medications can do it as well. It's not just your body. And then also, diabetics having that certain smell. And I'm sure any diabetics, if you're watching this, y'all know that smell that I'm talking about that comes with your feet. And also, one more thing to add as far as diabetics and feet. Diabetics' feet tend to be way drier than like the normal dry, and then they have a lot of peeling and crackness, so they have to keep more moisturizers on their feet.
Now, it seems like, I guess if you were to tell people that, do they get offended sometimes if they don't know they're diabetic?
No, they be shocked that I know all of that, and then usually sometimes if they're, what's the word I want to use? Proactive with their health, they'll like research and they'll be like, "Deja, you were right." And then if they're even more proactive, they'll be done took it to their doctor, and I asked my doctor, so they did the test. We go, okay. So it's like,
that's some of that like
it's more
old
so shocking
school,
for them.
that old soul wisdom. Because a lot of places you go, it's like an assembly line. You go, they cut, chop, dot, and send you out the way with a big bill. But it seems like you take a little bit more time and you're noticing things. You're talking to your people, and you're showing them that you care about your work, but you also care about what happens to when they leave out of the building. Apparently,
that's true. And I do. I like for when clients come to me, I like to make sure they're informed properly and know what they're getting. Perfect example. People have come to me throughout my career. "Oh, I got gel nails, girl. You can just put gel on." And the gel nail is an acrylic nail with gel polish on it. That is not a gel nail. A gel nail is builder gel, Gel-X, or polygel. So they'll come to me, tell me that they pay this such and such and and then I tell them how much I charge for that same thing, and it's like, wait, that's not that, and it's like, no. So that's why I tell my clients, so that they know like the difference between products, because they think dip is different from acrylic. Dip is acrylic. Acrylic is dip. Like it's literally the same.
Right.
But because the shops are trying to upsell, not to put them down, which I get it, because I try to upsell. Me with the bedazzlements and the jewels and stuff, that's me upselling my stuff. Business. So it's like them upselling, but it's the way they're doing it. They're lying to the client. Yeah. So you don't lie. Me personally, I don't like to lie to people. I just can't. I can't do that. I like to be truthful and just upfront so that you know what you're getting from the store.
And that's how value. So it's one thing, like you can go and just buy something because it looks pretty, but then if you buy it and there's some knowledge behind it and there's some quality, there's a warranty, it makes a difference, and it makes people probably want to come back more.
Yes, it does. It has helped me a lot. And then also when I was in cosmetology school, my instructor, she would tell me, that I'm very thorough and I pay attention to a lot of detail, to the point that it's hurtful to myself at times. And she told me that I'm a perfectionist, and I'm just like, no, I'm not. She's like, yes, you are, and that's a good thing, but it's bad a little bit because you second guess yourself sometimes too much. So there's that, I think.
Yeah.
I think I lost your question.
No, it's okay.
I'm sorry.
But I did want to ask you, okay, so this question is like a little bit off base. What's the worst thing a person can come when they're coming for a pedicure? Aside from it being a medical issue. So let's say I've been out barefoot in the sand and I say, oh, it's time for my pedicure. And I come in, feet just looking any kind of way. Is it a come as you are type of thing, or do I need to have put some thought into how I come in there before you do my feet?
No. Coming to a person like me, when you come to Quality Nails, please come as you are. please do not do any at-home services on yourself. I say that because I've had clients come and it's like, girl, what is this? What I'm supposed to do with it? Well, Deja, I was trying to help you because I cut, and I'm like, you cut too low. Or they'll try to do something at home and they mess themselves up, and it's like, well, can you fix it? It's like, no, you took off too much. We're gonna have to let that grow back. Oh, and it's like it's shocking because they're used to other places will just work on whatever, and it's like me, no, girl, I'm worried about your health, your safety with your nails. You don't want thin, brittle nails. I'm not finna do that. So come as you are, so I can do what I need to do, and you leave with the results that you want.
If somebody gave me a pill, they might give it to me like for Christmas or something. I finally used it. It was in between my appointments, and you didn't see it.
Okay.
So I used it and feet looked good for the first day, and then all of a sudden it was like, am I gonna lose my feet? Because I mean, skin was unless my feet were just TMI, unless my feet were just in that bad shape. But it was like skin was coming out by the clumps. But the package did say, you know, your skin was gonna peel for a week. But I thought after the first day, so okay, this wasn't too bad. But then all of a sudden the peeling just started. I got a little scared.
And was it like was there any inflammation in like any redness?
None at all. Okay. It just kind of like TMI, but it just came off. So by the time I saw you, it was over and done with. But it scared me I couldn't wear sandals for a minute. I had to wear socks and shoes until it stopped.
Okay, I'm looking like that because I'm listening to you and I'm trying to understand. It sounds like it was one of those like chemical peel products for your foot. Yeah. Is that kind of what it was?
Somebody gave it to me
and you said it lasted for about a week. Because I've seen something like that. A lady out of Texas had something like that. I want to say during COVID. And I had it for myself and it worked a little too good. I was just like, hold up now. Now I say products like that, it's okay to use, but if you start to experience like any side effects or anything, stop using them. Also, at the same time, be careful with like quick fix products like that too, because sometimes there's ingredients in there that could either deteriorate your skin over time or just cause like irritation or something like that with your feet or hands. So kind of just gotta be careful with certain stuff, because certain things can make your feet worse.
So I imagine if that's an ongoing issue, I just need to let you know before my appointment so that you can have the right lineup ready to address it.
Yes. Like perfect example, what I like to call cheese grater. It's not a cheese grater. It's called a foot file. The metal foot file that has like the little holes in it. Those, you're actually not supposed to use those. I do not use those. I only use pumice stones to get the dry skin and the peeling skin that's on the bottom of the foot. If you have problems with dryness or your feet peeling, you have to put the moisture back in. That's pretty much what that is. Also, it's not a quick fix. You can't do it for 1, 2, or 3 weeks and think that your feet gonna be magically that soft and just smooth on the bottom. No, what I love to tell clients and what I do personally, I like to scrub my feet maybe 2 to 3 times a week in the shower with the pumice stone. You don't have to use a pumice stone. You can use an exfoliating towel, you know, the little towels with the little holes in them that kind of rub. You can use that, and then when you get out, I like to use CeraVe. This is not paid sponsorship, but CeraVe and
if they don't pay, we're gonna block them.
Okay. It's in a blue and white container, and I usually just get the big jar. Take a little bit of that and put some socks on. Do that, like I said, 2 to 3 times a week, and over time, your feet will begin to get soft. Because me personally, I had roughness on the bottom of my feet, and this happened while I was in school. And I started doing that. I wasn't consistent at first because I thought, ooh, after a month, my feet should supposed to be back because my feet weren't that bad. But I realized, girl, you ain't being consistent. So once I got consistent, which I would say probably around 6 to 7 months, like really good results. My feet were like actually really smooth to where I didn't have to constantly do that scrub and do that moisturizer. By the 6, 7 month mark, I only had to do that maybe once a month, not once a month, I'm sorry, once a week, just to kind of keep that moisture and that softness up. So that's just something you can do at home when you're not getting pedicures to keep your feet smooth and keep the dryness out and keep moisture in. So, yeah.
So what about the ones who say, oh, well, it's just feet? I mean, you know, you don't need to do all that. Don't worry about getting pedicures. It's not important. Okay. Don't worry about getting manicures. Just don't worry about all that.
Well, when you have to lose a foot because you didn't take care of it, then you will wish you did. You have to take care of your feet because your feet take you everywhere you go. And that kind of goes towards diabetics. And I'm saying that because if you are a diabetic and you don't take care of your foot, that just leads into more problems, and that could lead to like amputation or problems. Also, going to places or shops or technicians who are not using clean instruments. I've had clients come to me who have gotten funguses from other places, and then they come to me because they're scared. They think I'm gonna give them something, and I'm like, no, it's clean over here. You stay over here, you won't have to experience that. But you have to take care of your feet because your feet are more delicate than you realize, and there are a lot of nerves and everything in there that just helps the whole body. Like, perfect example, your big toes help you keep your balance. What if you get an infection and that infection turns to gangrene? Then that turns into staph. You looking at maybe a possible amputation.
Oh, if I just dig it out though, I can dig it out on my own. I don't need to go see Deja.
You can dig it out and say that instrument that you dug under that toenail, it got some type of bacteria or something, even though it was something sitting in your house. Yeah, your house may be clean, but there are a lot of microscopic bacteria and stuff that you can't see that will cause problems later on. So, also be careful with ingrown toenails and going too long without getting those cut out. That can lead to other stuff too, like losing a toenail or having to just get it completely deadened so that you don't experience ingrowns and stuff.
So that's when you probably have to refer them to somebody.
You have to go to a podiatrist. I tell clients anytime I see something on a client with their feet, especially, well, really hands or feet, but I say feet because a podiatrist is a doctor that specializes in feet. He can tell you literally if it's a bunion, if it's a disorder with your foot, if it's a fungus, if it came from this bacteria, if it comes from this, whatever. So I just tell clients like, hey, you know, you got this such and such going on. You might want to see a podiatrist because I can only do cosmetic work, not, you know, the health side. So they'll be like, oh, what's that? Usually when I say podiatrist, they're like, what is that? And I'm like, a foot doctor? You've never been to a foot doctor? No? Okay, well, you should go. You know, just to see. If you don't want to go, I'll tell them they can go to their family medicine doctor. Okay. Because, you know, they can diagnose stuff as well.
And they probably refer them to a foot doctor anyway.
Yes.
So it's like, why just cut out the middleman? You know, she told you where to go the first time.
Yeah, that's usually what I tell them. And I just usually tell them, like, somewhere in Natchez, because here in Vicksburg, Dr. Shockley here. There wasn't a podiatrist at one point, because Dr. Payton and them left, but Dr. Shockley here, or I tell them go to a doctor down in Natchez.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So so you you know, multidimensional, head to toe, beauty, health, and so forth. But then you're a businesswoman, but you're also a wife, a mother, and other things and so forth. So how do you keep all of that going? How old are your children, first off?
I have a 10-year-old and a 1-year-old.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That is a huge gap.
So they keep me going.
Yes. So the 10-year-old obviously is going back to school. The 1-year-old.
Yeah, she's gonna be starting daycare soon. So we're gonna see how that is. Cause the way I keep it going, as of right now, my kids from time to time come to work with me. Right now, I have help with grandparents and stuff. She'll come to work with me maybe about 3 or 4 days throughout the week. Sometimes grandparents come get her. I usually just have her sitting over to the side in a little walker or just one of her little seats. But here lately, she's been very clingy. So it has been a bit hard. I'm not gonna lie, it has been a bit hard trying to work with it because it's like, hey, just hold me. I want to see what's going on, and that's what I think it is. It's so much going on, and it's not like at home where it's kind of smooth sailing. It's like, oh, mama doing this, she doing that. Let me see, and it's like, but you're sleepy because she'll be crying because she's sleeping. I'm like, just go on to sleep. But it's like, no, I have to see what you doing, girl. My 10-year-old, when she's there, it's more so like, hey, like to my client, like you're my client. Hey, how you doing? Well, I like your hair. Ooh, what my mom doing to your nails? You getting your feet done too? What color you get? Oh, my mama got rhinestones. So it's like she's my upseller.
Okay.
Kind of entertainer, trying to see what's going on. My 1-year-old is like, clients come in, it's like, oh my God, she's so cute. And then I'm just like, I hope she do right today, girl. So that's how I keep all that going. And I try to plan ahead as best I can. Because now having 2 children, I can say I have to plan ahead. And it's not just like, oh, you can just last minute. No. You have to have everything together.
9-10-year stretch to get your oldest where she needs, and then it's like,
yes,
baby.
I'm out of nowhere.
It is, oh wow. And so do you, I'm sure that makes you very grateful to have your own business, you know, because if you had a job, I don't know that most employers allow you to bring your children to work, or, you know, allow your children to have that much input in what you do on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you probably work more than 40 hours a week, even with all of that.
Probably so, because honestly, y'all get so buried in work sometimes. It's like, okay, what day is it? Oh, it's Sunday? Oh, okay, I thought I had to go to work today. Literally almost did that.
Oh, wow. But that's
because I just been rolling and rolling and rolling.
That's a good thing. Yeah. And you're a solo operation.
Yes, completely solo.
And I know, you know, there's been, you know, a lot of talk about different business models and so forth, you know, but I think, you know, it seems like that's working for you, with the way that you do it.
Yes, it works for me very well. I started out just pretty much taking clients by phone, and then as I grew, clients were telling me, get a website. I'm old soul. I'm old school too. I know I'm young, but I'm very old soul and old school. So I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm going to keep booking them by phone. And they was like, Deja, a website will help because like everything's online now. So maybe after a few months, I decided to make the website. And since I've made the website, I have grown more, and like I've got more bookings that way. Because when I was doing it by phone, it was a bit slow, but it was consistent, but it was slower. Now with the website, it's like, okay, might have 2 days where I don't have anybody on my schedule. Go to sleep tonight, I wake up, them 2 days already filled, plus more for the upcoming weeks or whatever. So it has been growing, then me doing social media too as well.
Okay. And you know, we're just in that phase, you know, people don't like the phone as much. It's so convenient, you know, you can go online and, because I guess if somebody calls you, it's kind of like, okay, Deja, when can I come in? You gotta be like, oh.
Yep.
And then it's like, well, that's not gonna work. This is gonna work, and so forth, all the back and forth. So I guess people are just so used to it now because in life, just so many things are automated and you can schedule it easily.
Yes.
So, but I understand the old school because you probably would want to talk to them, you know, how you doing, and have that conversation. So. That, you know, that's important too, to have those personal connections and have those conversations and so forth. Now we talked a lot about, you know, what you do, what you have going on. This won't be released until like a week or so. So you're in transition right now.
Yes, I am.
Can you say anything about it, or?
I can. Right now, so Quality Nailz is going to be moving. I'm currently here at the Drummond Street location with Shauna's Nails, where I rent a suite. I'm going to be moving to my own shop on Clay Street. As of right now, I'm projected for the beginning of August.
Awesome.
As of right now, I don't have a set date yet, but you can follow and like me on Facebook, Quality Nailz and More. Just to be updated with information when I actually do the official move. Right now, I'm still just getting everything together and getting the place kind of like renovated a little bit.
Okay.
So that it'll be ready for my clients, and I'll be able to actually I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue tied a little bit. I'll be able to offer the hair and pedicure service because, you know, when I posted my post to Facebook, I was like, I wouldn't be able to do it. Because I was actually thinking I was going to move this week, but things, you know, when you're doing little renovations and stuff kind of takes a bit longer than you expect. So that's pretty much where I'm at with it. So this week, as right now, I'm still going to be at the Drummond Street location. So yeah.
Okay, well that's good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's big moves, I guess. I don't know, what does this mean?
What is what?
Like when the kids do this, what does that mean?
I feel like it just means I'm cute. To me, when I see people do it, because I do it too from time to time, especially if I like got my clothes on, I'm feeling all cutesy, I'm like, So to me, this means I'm cute, I'm
Okay.
pretty.
So you're
That's what
cute.
that
You're gonna
means.
have your own shop.
Yes. And what they're doing right now, I think is this.
And then was it
The
this
little
like
clocket,
clocket?
or that's tea. I don't know. They
Okay, so
they
you
be
have your
having
own
so
shop.
many-
That's tea.
yeah.
Yes.
Clocket here.
Well, that's good. And so, where do you see this going? Do you see yourself having more stylists joining you, or have you thought that far ahead?
No, right now I honestly want to stay solo. It could be the introverted side of me still.
Uh-huh.
I'm very extroverted now, and I feel like Nailz helped me do that, because when I started Nailz, I was very quiet and in my shell. But as I got talking to more people, kind of networking more and actually going to events and pushing myself to get out of that,
Mm-hmm.
I become more of a talker. But I think for me working, I'm gonna be solo. And like I said, I think that's the introvert side of me. Just like,
Okay.
I just want to be by myself right now. But I'm open to it maybe later in the future.
Yeah,
Right now,
and
just
yeah,
taking it
definitely.
solo.
No pressure. That's what people have to realize. What works for one person may not work for somebody else. So some people, they need a large group of people. They need a room full of people to function.
Mhm.
Some people do better on their own, and so it's not that one way is right and one way is wrong. It's just what works for you.
Yes, ma'am,
So-
that's true.
And so I guess beyond that, what's next? I mean, you got a head to toe covered. You know some health signs to look out for. You got the business part
Mhm.
and all of that. So anything else you see yourself doing? Oh, you're very young. You're not even 30 yet, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm 26 actually. Right now, I really just see myself really doing the waxing and the nails. I say the waxing because I had said a few weeks ago on my TikTok, if you follow me on there, I'm Dej Nails, hey. I had posted on my TikTok, and I was like, man, I know I marketed to y'all because I had a video. If you go to my TikTok, there's a pinned video. I think I have almost 19K views on it now. That's my most viewed in like
Good.
TikTok.
Congratulations.
I posted that. Thank you. I posted that randomly one day in May, and it's like it just was blowing up in the comments, or constantly going my TikTok, constantly going off. So I go look, and I'm like, wow. I promoted the hair, the nails, and the waxing all in that video. And then I came back, I want to say probably 2 weeks ago, and I was like, hey y'all, I know that I said I can do the hair, nails, and the waxing, but y'all, I'm really trying to get into waxing, so I think I'm going to stick to the nails and wax, and then just do a little bit of locks. And then that kind of went well with them, and they were like, okay, like people were liking it and putting little stuff in the comments. So I'm like, okay, they received it. I thought I was kind of going to get some flack, because like I say, I promote myself with all of it, and it's like it got all that traction, and my page got all this traction. Now I'm like, I'm just going to do nails and waxing. And they're like, okay, we cool, whatever you gonna do. And then people come to me too. I seen you on TikTok. I seen this. Oh, girl, I like it because it's just showing your personality. You're being your authentic self. And I'm like, I don't know no other way to be. I really don't. Like, I just always be myself. There's no other way to be. That's just me, though.
Okay, so the wax, I've had my chin and my eyebrows waxed, but the sensitive areas of the body, was anything special you do to prep those so it's not painful? I'm always scared to do that.
Yes, I do. So when I get a brand new wax time in, they've never gotten waxed before, I usually ask them, and and then that's kind of my questionnaire when you're booking your appointment, and then I kind of let them know, like, hey, it's going to be pain for like a few seconds, but I put pressure, so it kind of helps calm that down. The pressure is really what helps, because you have some waxes you just like rip, and that's it. I find it easy and more helpful for the client if you just pull it and put the pressure. Normally, first time clients go over well. I've had one client that was just kind of jumpy, screamy like. It was her first time. And also, I asked them, this might sound like TMI, but it's not. If you're a waxer, I asked them also, are you close to your cycle? I asked that because when you're closer to your cycle and you get a Brazilian wax or a bikini wax, or any wax at all, honestly, but mainly that area, is going to be more painful because of the height of your hormones. And then if you're 5 days before and 5 days after, it's going to feel way more painful, and then you might have some soreness after. It just depends on the person. So that's kind of what Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm sorry, I'm laughing for a reason, because I have a story. Now, I don't know if she was post-menopause or in menopause. So this when I first started like really trying to get into the Brazilians. I want to say so it's July. This might have been early June, like right after I made that post on TikTok. I'm waxing a client, an older lady, and all of a sudden I'm doing that first strip. I do the thigh strip and then I do the top strip, and I'm like, why is this taking a minute to it's taking a minute to harden. Normally hard wax, you put it on, it's like hardening as you're doing the next thing. You kind of do probably 2 to 3 strips at a time. Waxers, y'all know what I'm talking about. I know you may not know. So I wait for it to adhere, and I'm like, it's not getting hard. And then something hit me. I don't say anything to my client. Something just like check her leg or feel on her to see if she's warm, because she might be having hot flash. And I did that. Like, that's what came to my mind. I did that, and I said, are you hot? Are you having a hot flash? She said, no, I'm okay. And I said, can you feel your legs for me? I said, I think you are having hot flash. You may just not know it yet. I said, because this wax is taking a minute to adhere, and it normally adheres like a bullet.
Her body was melting in it.
Yes, so from her body being so warm, it kept the wax warm, so it wouldn't even harden. And that wax took me, I want to say about an hour, because I do Brazilians really in about 20 minutes. Probably a little less, just depending on the client.
They wasn't expecting that. Okay, so.
Yes, because she stayed. Her body was kind of off and on hot, and I think like she started feeling it after I told her like, oh, I think you are. She's like, oh, I am really warm, but she's like, I feel okay. Then maybe 5 minutes later, she's like, Daisha, can I get the fan? Literally. And I was just like, yeah, you can get the fan. And then as I went on, it's like I kept having that problem throughout her entire wax.
Okay, well, I'm glad I asked that question. So
yes,
that might, maybe somebody has gone and tried to get a wax and then was wondering why it didn't take.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because that can kind of affect it grabbing the hair, since it's keeping the wax warmer for much longer than it's supposed to.
Yeah, and if somebody doesn't inform them, then they go in like, oh, well, such and such just didn't do a good job. It could have been their body was working against them. Yes,
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you told me, because that's the same thing I've had clients tell me when they have come, like before the period, right after their period. I've never had a waxer tell me that. A few clients have told me, and I'm just like, well, yeah, that's just something I like to tell clients so that you know, and they experience it too. So when they come back, like if it's closer to their time, they're like, Deja, it did hurt. And that thing gonna come on in a few days. I'm like, okay, I got you, okay. People get comfortable with you too from doing that as well, so yeah.
Okay, so one last question with you. So why should I wax and not shave?
Because now with both you can get ingrowns, but with shaving, when you're shaving, some people shave in the wrong direction. There is a wrong and correct way to shave. Shaving, razor bumps, ingrown hairs, and then just like inconsistent growth versus waxing, it kind of puts all your hair on a hair growth cycle. So you have 4 hair growth cycles. I'm trying to remember. Why did my brain do that? I can't remember right now. My brain just went like, y'all.
Sound good.
It's vellus hair. That's the hair when it's first growing. You can barely see it. And then you have the second cycle. Oh, y'all, I'm so sorry. My brain. I guess I'm having mom brain today.
We're just coming for the wax, so we don't know about it.
Yeah, there's 4 hair growth cycles. And waxing is better because when you wax, you pull in the hair straight from the root. All of the hair is gone. And then it usually takes about 2 to 3 waxes to get all of the hair on the same growth cycle. And usually kind of having those different growth cycles can cause ingrown hairs. And what I mean by causing ingrown hair, when the hair is growing, ingrown hair it grows out and it kind of curves back towards the skin. That's how you get it ingrown, and it starts growing in the hair. That's why when you pull it out, it's kind of curved down in there. So waxing is better than shaving because of, once again, the redness and irritation, the razor bumps, ingrown hairs. You're way more prone with shaving to get ingrown hairs. I know from experience. Take it from somebody that could. Ingrown hairs are no joke, because those things can get really slow and kind of bad. But looking for a waxer, I'm your girl, or just look for waxers in your area.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, this has been very informative.
I'm
I
glad.
appreciate
I'm glad.
this.
I got you some new information
Yes,
today.
ma'am. So, and hopefully not just for me, for anybody who may come across the video and,
Mm-hmm.
just, hopefully they'll scroll and they'll see and they'll listen and learn.
Yeah.
Even the ones who, are opposed to going to get manicures, pedicures. Some people think it's just all about the cosmetics or the aesthetics of it, but, from what you're saying, it's a maintenance thing, not, and probably for
Yes.
men too. So I'm sure some men probably like, oh, that's
Yes.
that woman stuff. I'm not going to get my toes done.
I straighten them up every time. Because that's what they say.
Mhm.
Men, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No,
but
go ahead.
You saying that, men tend to do that, and all men just about tend to do that when it comes to like the manicure, pedicure thing. Because I've been out before and I've said to a guy like, hey, you should let me do you a pedicure, man. I don't do that. That's for women. You let the women have that. And it's like, no, it's self-care. It's not, like you say, it's maintenance.
Mhm.
It's self-care, and it's also taking care of yourself because it's health also into that. And I've had a guy, I'm going to use this as an example because I have so many stories. I had a man book an appointment with me. He heard about me, I think from his Shauna or some other lady that comes to me. He came, I'm doing his pedicure, and this goes into health. I'm doing the massage and I stopped because I noticed he got some swelling or something, and in the health side, you don't need to be doing no massage on somebody who's swollen. And I was just like, and I kind of pressed on his leg, and there was an indentation. So I said, I stopped massaging him, and I said, do you have, what is it called? My brain is really doing me a number today. I had asked him, do you have, what is it called? Fluid. I said, I think you have some fluid on your legs. He looked at me crazy. He like, it was a look like, I do, how you know that? But it was also like a shock, like, how do you know that and you do nails? That's what I took from that look he gave me before he said anything. I said, you have some fluid on your legs, I believe, and you kind of a bit swollen. I was like, you don't feel no type of way, like when I'm rubbing your leg? He was like, yeah, I be having fluid. How you know that I take fluid pills too? And I said, because I have a medical background. And he was like, I might have to keep coming to you, you know some stuff. And I was just like, yeah, but I was just like, I'm not going to finish the massage or anything because you have that swelling, right, and that's going to make it worse. And I also didn't do the hot towels on him either. So I just did that, and he was like, thank you, though. That means I need to go home and keep taking my pill. I was like, oh, you ain't been taking it. I said, makes sense. That's why them legs look like that. And he started laughing. But I was like, seriously, though, take your fluid pills and, like, take care of yourself. So that's how, bringing all the nails and everything back together to health, maintenance, right, and self-care.
And listening to you and, we're wrapping up, just thinking about all the years before I started coming to you. Because, I think it was when I broke my ankle. Something was going on with my leg. I had something, and I went to the nail shop, and it just, I guess, thinking about it now, that particular place I was going, it was just the same, almost like a factory. So the same steps every time, and here I am, and it's like, I don't know if it was something was going on with my leg, and it was like really sore and hurting. But I couldn't really communicate that, and it's like I knew I needed to get the services, and it's like I'm in pain, they don't know, they're not recognizing anything. I'm ready to go. I don't want this pedicure anymore. But if you find somebody like you who cares and who's observing, who's talking, and you can have that conversation and communicate like, hey, I just broke my, I'm just recovering from a broken ankle, or I'm recovering from this or that. And I imagine that kind of helps out.
Yes, it does. And I tell clients to let me know, because I've had clients have health issues and they come to me, and I've noticed something throughout the years of me working. People who have health issues come to me more often than people who don't. And I'm like, maybe that's like a hidden gift I probably have too that's going to post somewhere later.
Yes.
And I say that because back when I was doing house calls, I don't do them now anymore, but when I was doing them, it started with like kind of just getting people who just want to do house calls because they want to have a girls' night or just want to do something for their daughter or for themselves to, oh, I just had a stroke, but I used to keep my nails and feet up. I'm still a diva. Even though I'm sick and can't move around, I want you to come to my house. Okay, so that started with one person. Then I get another person who done had a stroke and wants something. Then I had another lady who was, she was like wheelchair bound, or she would be in the bed sometimes. So I kind of, she just wanted like nails cut, polish and stuff. And then from there, I had a lady who, she had a myriad of health problems. And she was like, you're the only person, I've had 3 different at-home nail techs. You're the only one who is like on time, and you make sure you have everything. You're very prompt. You make sure I know what's going on. And like if she had a nurse there with her, you know, I would communicate to let that person know just so they know what's going on and what's what. And she was like, I just appreciate you so much. And that client, I still love her, but she wound up going into the nursing home, so I haven't seen her in a while. I hope she's doing well, but it's just I kind of learned through that, like, okay, maybe I have a calling with nails and medical, and I'm still trying to bring that too because, what's his name? Larry Walker, the photo guy. I had did a event out at Warren Central for the children. It was like college and career day, so I did like a setup, kind of talking to children out there. And he told me, and it hit me then. I'm like, okay, guys, but I still don't know. He was like, you should do something. Once I talked to him and told him I did medical assistant and now I do nails, and he was like, man, that's 2 separate career paths. How did you do that? And I'm just like, I don't know, man, but I'm here. And he was like, you should do some like on TikTok with medical stuff and with nails. And I'm like, okay, I don't know, because at the time I'm still shy, still fearful, still like, I don't know. I know I should do content, but I'm like, I'm not finna do that. I don't want people to know me and da 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 da. Now it's like, hey girl, it's your girl day. Da, 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 da. So just saying all that to say, I think I do have something with the nails and the medical. Somewhere, I feel like it's gonna cross over something, and I just haven't figured it out.
Part, so it's a gift.
Yes,
and,
ma'am.
So I appreciate you. I'm sure I'm not the only one who appreciates you.
Yes, and I appreciate you as well. You just don't know I appreciate you. I talk about you a lot. So
and hopefully somebody who's watching this, even if they are not in the Vicksburg area, they can see this and understand what it means to have a caring, compassionate person doing this to their body services, because you want to make sure that you invest your money in somebody who's going to invest time and effort into making sure you're okay.
Yes, that's true.
And so hopefully, we have our annual Love Begins With You event in February. So I'll be reaching out to you because we're going to expand it this year. We want to make it more of an expo. We're going to have, we want vendors to have demo tables and all of that.
Okay.
So definitely want to get you there so you can, continue to share this knowledge and do some, hopefully some one-on-ones with the people who attend.
Yeah.
So, we'll be putting more information about that out soon as well.
Okay.
But this has been a great conversation.
This has, I'm a chatty patty, so them responses, I was feeling like, ooh, I might went a little too long. But I feel good about it. I'm gonna have to think about something if I do the Love Begins With You. I'm gonna have to think of something.
Yeah, we're gonna get you. And she might not want to be on camera, but Larissa, our videographer, I've known her for some years, and she has been so gracious with these first 3 installments of Between the Lines. But she is leaving us, and I don't think I can afford to bring her back here all the way from Meridian. But we thank you, Larissa, for everything that you have done to, help get this off the ground. I really don't know what it is. I mean, some people might say it's a podcast. I just say it's just a series. It's just a way to get information out to the community and help other business people, just chat. And, maybe one day the views will take off. So please don't think it's a waste of time. I really appreciate you doing this.
No, I don't. I appreciate this because I feel like you were extending your platform to me, and I looked at it like an opportunity to put myself out there.
Yes.
So I appreciate you for inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate
You're welcome.